What is the number one phrase that reveals people's bigotry, homophobia, transphobia, sexism, misogyny, racism, all of the above and more? You might have heard it in the office, tacked on to an inappropriate joke, probably also by the person that puts his hand on your shoulder every so often. You've also probably heard it from journalists who continually report on gruesome details of abuse, upskirting people just to get clicks. And you've probably also heard it from comedians who make rape jokes. Have you guessed it yet? Do you know what it is? It's the age-old, can we not say anything anymore? Guys, of course you can. Have you ever tried speaking up against a rape joke? If you have, you've probably been called a killjoy, and that's generally the experience of most allies, because allies hold up a mirror to society of what is unacceptable. They're most often in the in group, speaking up for the out group. And yeah, they're killing the in group's fun, making fun of the out group. But let's stop for a moment and think about the rape victim that is sitting in that room thinking, wow, thank God I never reported it, because this is how I would have been treated. But that is where an ally can step in. Often, instead of sitting in productive discomfort, where we can start to examine whether what we say is damaging, the discussion is completely derailed into, God, can we not say anything anymore? I was just joking. Hashtag not all men. And it's really important to come back to the issues and be able to have productive conversations. And in order for us to make progress and have conversations and start to make change, we need allies to say, hang on, I think they might have a point. Let's just think about their side of the story for a moment. And that is where men's voices fit into feminism. If you're a white, cis, straight man, strap in. This is going to be a bumpy ride, but remember, growth does not happen in the comfort zone. Let's take a moment and think about what an ally actually does. An ally will capitalize on their position of privilege and speak up for people in marginalized groups. Allyship goes beyond performative sympathy. Agreeing, oh yeah, God, that joke was awful. It goes beyond that, and it's about standing up in that room and saying, actually, that is not acceptable. It's also about doing the work for yourself, rather than turning to marginalized groups and asking them to educate you. Tell me, what am I doing wrong? The resources are out there. The onus for far too long has been on women, people of color, trans people to speak up for themselves. But the work is there. We just need to engage with it. So how can you actually start to be a feminist ally? Well, firstly, you need to speak up. Start to exercise your voice, whether it's around speaking up against those harmless jokes, campaigning against incredibly short prison sentences for rapists, or refusing to criminalize street harassment. But remember, add your voice. Don't speak over women. That's just distracting. Secondly, listen. Using your voice is important, but you must listen to the lived experiences of those people who you're trying to advocate for. Recognize when speaking up against someone might be you defending your past behaviors. Classic case, hashtag not all men, really meaning, but not me. Sit in that discomfort and reflect, have I been a part of this? And what can I do to help stop it in the future? Learn. There are so many resources out there, so many books, so many influencers. Gina Martin, Blair Romani, The Sunflower, Cheer Up Love, just to name a few. Add them to your Insta feed, see them every day, engage with their content, and start to share it with others. And finally, take action. You can start with small acts of disruption, not laughing at the joke, challenging that comment at the dinner table, following those social media influencers. There is so much power in speaking up and standing up visibly and vocally where appropriate. You can also donate to plenty of good causes that are also doing the work. But whatever you do, make sure you start today. So remember, speak up, listen, learn, and take action. And that action can be remembering that sometimes your silence is the violence.